All right, welcome back. We have everybody's favorite section, and that is Real or Spam. You guys already know what the deal is, but I'm going to let my man JHask kick it off this time and kind of just give you guys the quick rundown.
I got it. So we're going to do our favorite section, Real or Spam. Basically, our mind's going to go through a series of topics, and me and Justin will debate whether these are real, as in they're truthful, or spam, as in they're false or BS. How's that?
Cool, except for the fact that you guys always call me by my legal name, man.
Damn, Mondo.
Killing me. It's over. The people are gonna start looking me up. They're gonna figure out where I live. Gosh, I try to have an alias. They just throw it all out. Anyway, so let's get it started. Real or spam? So everybody knows. Send our deepest condolences out to James Avery. I feel like we've been doing that a lot lately with condolences. It's pretty bad, but so James Avery, aka Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, passed away. So real or spam, was Uncle Phil the greatest TV father figure of all time?
I would say real. I would say real in my opinion. Because one of the things I liked about Uncle Phil was he had a variety, like all of his kids had different personalities. And then you could tell that him and Will Smith, they had a relationship outside of just TV. And you could tell like all of the actors and actresses within that whole show, they did. And I think that all of that kind of correlated and from Uncle Phil and just how he carried himself and the love that he showed, you know, his family and stuff like that. So I would definitely say that's real. The only other person that comes to mind would maybe be Bill Cosby.
I was just gonna say that.
But I think in my book, Uncle Phil will forever be the GOAT in that category.
And yeah, I'd have to say real as well, just because right now, after the entire Bill Cosby scandal, it really put a terrible light on his whole reputation. But if it wasn't for that, I think it would have been Bill Cosby. And like you said, just the relationship he had and like the effect that he had as a father figure, with both parents going to Howard. He's been a doctor, having multiple kids, and like putting them all through. Like, it was the first family with like black excellence that was all like doing really well and like in that environment. And the same thing happened with Uncle Phil. So yeah, I'll say it's real for right now. And unfortunately, Bill Cosby's in a place where he just can't hold that title anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
What do you think, Mondo?
So while everybody tries to cast a shadow on Bill Cosby, I'm gonna throw in a curveball. I think he is the greatest.
Cool.
I think Bill Cosby is the greatest father figure of all time, only because he was a little bit more down to earth. And what I mean by that is, Uncle Phil was rich. I mean, he was super rich, Beverly Hills. Like, he could afford every single thing like his kids ever wanted. I mean, Will Smith never wore the same outfit twice. Bill Cosby didn't do that. He was more like the everyday working man. So I feel like that was a little bit more relatable for like the average person.
For sure.
So that's why I'll say he was the greatest. But let's go ahead and switch it up. So we talked about my man earlier. JusPeace calls him 69. His name is really Takashi 69, but we don't address him by that no more. His favorite position 69, so that's what we're gonna call him. So, real or spam? Will Takashi 69 be released from prison? And the reason why I'm asking this is because they just came out. His lawyer came out and said that they have an informant. They have a CI that basically like has recordings of all the conversations he's ever had with 6ix9ine, and it's a lot of incriminating evidence. It's bad. So do you think he'll ever get out of prison?
I didn't even know about that.
And but the thing is, he got moved over to like a jail that's been notoriously known for like people that snitch or that they're going in the witness protection program. So I would say it's real because I think he's going to snitch. I think it's to the point now where it's like he's going to go down for either double life. Like it's terrible because it was like a whole video of him like ordering to hit on somebody too.
Yeah,
it's like at this point, bro. Like I think that I don't think he's real enough to like go down for that time. He's going to snitch, and he's probably going to get out. We'll never know who he is or where he is again. But he has
I think honestly, if I had to guess, I think they're gonna try and do their best to keep him under wraps. They're gonna lock him down. They're gonna try cause especially with having an informant and everything like that. Like that's just a lot of stuff that you can't overcome. I mean, of course you can be granted a deal in some certain situations, but they have all this dirt, all this evidence and stuff like that on you.
They want bigger than 69 though. I think they want more like his entire like unit. I think
for sure.
So I think that they would, if he would snitch on them, I think they definitely like cut out a deal for him to get out and get the entire gang that they're trying to go for. Because they're the ones that's killing it. It's not 69. Like he's just the front man that's funding a lot of it.
But I'm just saying, like, either way it goes, I think it's gonna come down to a point where he's gonna have to do some jail time.
Oh yeah,
period.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
he's gonna do some jail time. Period. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't think there'd be anything where he's gonna be in prison for life or anything like that.
How many years? What's your guess?
Plus or minus. I think it all kind of depends.
Plus or minus 5.
Plus or minus.
I think they'll grant him a deal where he'll do 5 to 10, somewhere in there. It's gonna be more than it's not gonna be less than 5. It's not. If they have all these other evidence, like informant, like all this stuff piled up against you, it doesn't matter if you try to say, like, did y'all see that his lawyer said he was faking, like being in a gang?
He's like, oh yeah.
He said it was all part of his image. I'm saying, like, it's certain stuff like that, like. You can't come back from that, bro. You can't come back from that. What you think, Mondo?
So I feel like he's going to jail forever. So I feel like he's never going to get out. And I say that because, and actually Meek Mill came out and said this in a Big Boy TV interview. He basically said once you promote something for so long, that becomes part of your image. So now, whether he likes it or not, he's affiliated with Treyway, which he said was just like a slogan. He's affiliated with being the Bloods, and now like he's trying to denounce that. Like everybody knows, like once you say you're a part of that, you're in it for life.
There's no coming back.
Yeah, so you can't just denounce that and just fire everybody. So now, whether he's in jail as a CI or whatever, they're gonna try to keep him in protective custody to a place where he doesn't really have real freedom. So I don't think he's getting out. Plus, his hearing isn't until September, so he's in jail for a year anyway for no reason. Not no reason, but you guys know. So, 69.
You're gonna earn that name, bro. You're gonna earn that name.
Yeah,
sure.
You're gonna earn the hell out of that name. That's gonna be your favorite fucking name. Hey, I will give him. Hey, listen. If he can make it out of jail with that rainbow hair,
that's what I was saying.
I will give him the most credit in the world.
Yeah. If we see 69 again without the hair or with that hair,
they should actually just shave it off before he even.
No. They're gonna make him call that.
He's gonna get clapped if he gets out.
Super cheeks.
Pause.
You
chill, bro. I didn't say that.
All right. So let's talk about my man Drizzy Drake. Feel like he's been a big topic of discussion in this episode, but we're going to keep it going. Trey Songz came out and did an interview and basically said Drake tried to sign Trey Songz.
Wow.
But he said that he passed up on it. He said, Drake isn't the same Drake that offered me.
Right.
He was like, Drake back then was passive. He was very timid. He would sweat a lot. He was nervous, didn't have the beard. Now Drake has all the swagger in the world. He'll wear mink coats in the summertime.
Yeah.
So do you think Trey Songz regrets not signing with Drake? Real or spam?
Go ahead. Kick it off.
Regrets, spam. No, I don't think I wouldn't regret that at all. And at that point, because Trey Songz was fired. Like I think that he was at his apex when probably at that time when Drake was starting to gain his ground as well. So I think Trey Songz saw a whole different avenue for his career at that point. Not to say that he didn't do well or like he didn't like really hit his target, but I think that he saw himself going a different direction than Drake was, and I don't think anyone could have saw like the exponential growth that Drake did, and like you said, like he's a whole different person now. And I guess when you get that swagger and you get that confidence now, I guess you start walking a little different too. So I feel it.
I don't think that he regrets not signing with him because there's been other people that have also turned down, like The Weeknd, for example. He had the chance to sign with OVO. He chose to go in a different direction. And I mean, that's not to say that he couldn't have still put out good music and stuff like that, but it's just when you're signed under some of these other labels, you're never going to be as big as that top guy, So like even Party Next Door, he signed to OVO, and Party Next Door puts out really good music, but you can I think he kind of has like a ceiling that he can't go past, And I think there's also some of that with Dreamville, with some of the artists that they signed and stuff like that as well. It's not to say there's anything wrong with that, but it's just, this is my label, this is how things gonna go. But I think I would definitely agree with JHask though. I remember like in high school, Trey Songz was that dude. Like he, like Ready, Anticipation, like all of his mixtapes and everything like that. Like his music was crazy. And I think he honestly, I mean, I don't know. Drake is just a whole different level now.
So now, do you think that's just a problem with artists creating their own label? Because you see that a lot. So you see MMG, Wale never got bigger than Rose. Meek Mill never got bigger than Rose. You got TDE, Absol never got bigger than Kendrick. Now you got OVO. You got Dreamville. Jid is super dope, but he's not going to be bigger than J. Cole. You think that's just like an artist issue?
I mean, I think it kind of just goes into, like, let's say, for example, we take it to like businesses from Mark Zuckerberg starting Facebook. Of course, he had some other people that may have been there with him along for the ride, but Mark Zuckerberg is always and forever going to be the face of Facebook. CEO, one that kind of came up with the whole thing. Of course, there were some other people that played some major roles in that as well, but nobody's ever going to surpass him, period. Kind of the same thing even with some players like Derrick Rose compared to Michael Jordan. If Derrick Rose had phenomenal time with the Bulls, despite the ACLs and everything like that, but Michael Jordan, that image is always going to overshadow everything else because you came after, you know? So anybody that comes after Drake and OVO, I mean, you can still have a good career, but you're never going to be the icon. You're never going to be the face, you know, that particular person may be when it comes to you having your own label.
I think Justin's right. I mean, it's just like even Drake, like he did come under Cash Money, and like Young Money, Cash Money, but then he had to start his own new thing to be Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he was always going to be Birdman's little brother. He's always going to be Lil Wayne's little brother. So it's just like you have to either just be cool with that and like take the like the guidance, like the leadership from somebody else, or you got to like step out of that box and just like jump out. Like a Jim would have to get out of Dreamville and start his own thing, something like that. Because I just couldn't see, I couldn't see you like really trying to lead her and being like, all right, like this is kind of my thing now.
Exactly, and honestly, when you think about it, I actually just thought about this as well. Even when you think about some older cats, like even like Pac. Like Pac was trying to get out of his deal, and I mean, of course, there were some albums and stuff like that. He had to finish off his contract, and one of the biggest reasons why Pac wanted to get out of his deal and, you know, kind of do his own thing was because he knew he wasn't going to be able to really have control and really do every single thing that he wanted to and have a hand in everything turn out exactly the way that you wanted to. Because if you're answering to somebody, they'll take some of the things that you say into consideration, but at the end of the day, it's still their decision, it's still their choice on how things go and how things play out. So
it just turns into like the whole idea of being your own boss. It's like, yo, I guess at some point I'm not gonna be told what to do. It's like I have the capability and the same strategic vision to like really own my own thing. So yeah,
facts. All right, well that's an episode. Hopefully those guys get out the shadows. Jid, shout out to you. You actually got he has a project coming out in 2019, but
listen, I think he just dropped DiCaprio too.
Jid?
Yeah, Jid.
Oh well, shit. Now I'm
check it out. No, check it out. It's DiCaprio too. It's nice.
I might have to check that out. I never really listened to him like that.
Yeah, I listened to one song from him earlier. It was actually pretty dope. So shout out to him. Shout out to all the up and comers that's trying to surpass the people at the top. So anyways, that's an episode. We'll catch you guys on another episode of the Ice Cream Social. You already know what the deal is.
Get your merch.
We out.